Okay, I'm speaking slowly and trying to explain what am I doing. Actually, I'm an academician now and giving lessons in clinical pharmacy in the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, a Cyprus International University, pharmacy faculty. But actually, I spent many years in hospitals, and still I'm working on oncology, maybe a little bit academical window, from an academical window, but more than 15 years. I spent my life in Oncology Pharmacy, and also I had written 2 books, and one of my book I sent you, and after an election or voting, I don't know, you will get this prize.
Yes.
Okay, who am I? I explained a little bit. I'm a pharmacist, hospital pharmacist, actually. Who is the oncology pharmacist? What does it mean, oncology pharmacy and oncology pharmacist? Actually, our working area is like that. As you see, it's a closed area. And okay, maybe I need to stop it because it's turning and turning again. Clinical, you don't need to be a clinical pharmacist or some specializations about it. What does it mean, oncology pharmacy? Who are the oncology pharmacists? We are hospital pharmacists, actually. And all over the world, maybe except the United States, you know, their system is a little bit different. But in European countries, in African countries, in Middle Eastern countries, it's the same. We are the hospital pharmacists, but we specialized on oncology wards, oncology medications, and oncology or chemotherapy protocols, and working in the antineoplastic medications, antineoplastic drug preparation and administration rooms and areas. And so you don't need an extra, yes, you need some extra educations, yeah, that's true, but you don't need any extra diploma or certification to be an oncology pharmacist. So after the graduation, if you want to work in a hospital, or in like us, like an oncology pharmacist, what must you do after the graduation? You need to start a hospital pharmacy at first. Now, where are the hospital pharmacists are working? They are working in the governmental hospitals, public hospitals, private hospitals, military hospitals, and all of the hospitals you can see, and you can find a place to work as a oncology pharmacist if they have an oncology ward. Actually, all of them have that. And also the regulations nearly all over the world is saying that if a hospital have oncology ward, they are welcoming oncology patients. They need to implement, they need to prepare like these special rooms for preparation and also for the administration. And because of that, and the same in Turkish regulation is saying that if the hospital is accepting more than 7 oncology patients to the wards, they must open like these special areas. And who will be the chief? The chief is a pharmacist. It's mandatory, is a must. Okay, so actually, so how are we training ourselves? For me, it must be started in the university and the faculty times. Actually, why maybe I made my PhD after 42 or 43 years. And so it's very late PhD. Normally, you know, a regular academician is, they are graduating from the pharmacy faculty, and after that they are making their master degree and then PhD and then associated assistant professors and professors. They are going like that. But for me, my life is a little bit different. Why? Because after the graduation, I opened my own community pharmacy, then work in the hospital, industry, and like some European Union projects. And after that, I understood that if I need to, or I want to change something in the pharmacy, especially in my country, I need to train, educate the newbies, new pharmacists. And for this, I need to make a PhD and start to give training programs, education programs, giving lessons in the pharmacy faculty classes. Because of that, now I am giving lectures. But unfortunately, pharmacy education today, not only in our country, but also near geography, still very old-fashioned pharmacy education you are taking. And so this is a big challenge. Why? Because you in the faculty, you are getting some education about something, some pharmacology, pharmaceutical chemistry, and blah, blah, lots of lessons you are getting, and lots of examinations you are going on, and very, how can I say, hard to graduate from the pharmacy faculties. But after that, when you go to the outside, totally a different world is coming to your front. And so maybe you want to make only a community pharmacy, to be a community pharmacist, and the same. And so the outside is very, very different than the faculty times. And I'm trying to fill this gap between the theoretical education and the practical real life. And I'm trying in my lessons also. And so like oncology pharmacy, like total parenteral nutrition or nutritional support pharmacy, still in our country. And still they are in our regulation. And our regulations is saying that the pharmacist must be the chief of the antineoplastic preparation, antineoplastic drug preparation areas, and also in the nutritional support pharmacy or total parenteral nutrition preparation units. But unfortunately, in the university times, we are not giving education to you to prepare you like these positions after the graduation. This is a big challenge. And because of that, I'm giving very importance like these organizations, students organizations, and when some universities and faculties inviting me to speak with the students, I'm running and trying to explain them. Outside, after the graduation, you have lots of choices. Okay, but for these big choices, you need to prepare yourself before the graduation, because after the graduation, when you want to work in maybe the private hospital or the industry, we are looking the people who are a little bit different, not ordinary. Because everybody have a diploma of the pharmacy faculty, but we are looking which student, how can I say, train himself or herself before the graduation. And so your internships are very valuable and very important, and your graduation projects are very, very important to prepare to the real life. And so try to find some how can I say, educators or some professors maybe, and also some advisors who have got experience from the real life. That's so important. And also today I will show you a few photographs and try to explain what's going on in the real life. Maybe you want to be a community pharmacist. Okay, for me, I didn't like it. And because of that, I closed my community pharmacy. So that's your choice. But if you are looking something different, and please come with me and try to understand and ask your questions, please. And as you see, oncology pharmacists are working two sides. The first side is preparation. The second side is education and counseling the patients. And I will show you a few photographs from the preparation unit. As you see, we are working a closed area. Why we are saying that that's a safe room? Why we are working like these V-rings and masks and a closed area? Because, you know, we are working with cytotoxic medications. And so it's a risk for not only for the patients, but also for the staff who are working in the preparation. And because of that, these safe rooms are very well ventilated areas. They are under the control of the HEPA filters. And also we are wearing like these spatial suits and very spatial masks, and like these gadgets, we are saying that these are CTIs, close transfer equipments. Okay, next maybe a moment. And also we are using some softwares and some, how can I say, preparation equipments, and we are making lots of calculations, special calculations. And because of that, we need education. What we learned that, maybe I didn't explain in the introduction, I started working or trying to be an oncology pharmacist 2007. And at 2009, we understood that we need to educate ourselves because we haven't got any information about, especially the preparation and the counseling about the chemotherapy protocols, chemotherapy medications in the university. And because of that, we implemented some education, spatial educations to our colleagues, to our pharmacists, the other friends who want to work like these conditions. And we educate, we train ourselves. And also at that point, we make some collaborations with international oncology pharmacy associations. One of them is European Society of Oncology Pharmacy. And I started as a member there, and now I am the vice president of this association. And so, what is the benefit? The benefit, the first one, you are getting lots of information and knowledge and experience from your international colleagues. And so that's very good for you because you are now in an international or English-speaking faculty. And so you must use this opportunity. And by making collaboration with like these international associations, what was my gain? I went and traveled lots of countries, and we made lots of meetings, symposiums, congresses, and other places who you can come together with the colleagues who are interested in the same thing. And after that, we get lots of information from them, and then we implemented our own national oncology pharmacy education, certificated education in our association, because we started our association in 2009. Now we have a Turkish Oncology Pharmacists Association. And then I started to give training programs to the pharmacists, graduated, and started work like these units pharmacies. And maybe until now, more than maybe 500, 600, maybe 700 pharmacists I trained, educated, and now up to the information in our association, 85, I think, probably 85, like these units is working in Turkey, in different cities. And so there's a huge work, and the regulation is saying that the pharmacists must be here, they must make these preparations, they are the chief of the, or the manager of these units. And so after the graduation, this is a choice for you. If you are interested in like working like this, but it's a huge work, and you are working with the oncology patients every day. And we are making like these preparations. And after that, especially after 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, we are going to the patients on bed, and we are educating them about the effects, side effects, possible adverse effects. And we are educating about what must they do when they go back to their home. So the home care education is very valuable for the oncology patients and their patients, their parents and their caregivers. And also, what are we doing when we are making these preparations? As you see, we are working lots of some equipments and some, I said that, some software, some automated machines, and okay, and also another one photograph. We are making the preparation of the chemotherapy protocols. What I'm trying to explain, the patient is coming to the hospital maybe for the first time and diagnosed with blah, blah, blah, cancer, maybe the breast cancer, and which grade, maybe the third grade breast cancer. And after that, the physicians are selecting a protocol. What does it mean, protocol? Protocol means like a prescription, but you know, the prescription is the physician is thinking, deciding, and writing a combination. But in the oncology, it's not going like that. Every year, the oncology physicians are making a very big congress in the United States, and they are looking and checking all the data, the new data and new published articles, and they are saying that for the new year, we will follow these guidelines. And all these guidelines is containing standard protocols. These standard protocols are not containing the chemotherapy medications, pre and post chemotherapy medications, and also maybe if we need some advices about the medication and the dosage adjustments, dosage changes, and lots of detailed information coming together and publishing yearly, annually to the physicians and the pharmacists. And we are not accepting a prescription. We are accepting directly a protocol, chemotherapy protocol. And these protocols containing in every detail of the medication to that type of the cancer. And after that, we are calculating the dosages. And after that, we are planning the pre and the post medications. And after that, we are preparing them in like these spatial conditions and with spatial techniques, because the chemotherapy medications, especially the dosage and the preparation, is a very unique and very important thing. Think that for maybe for the paracetamol, the therapeutic window very large, and you know, the therapeutic window, before the therapeutic window, not any activity. After that, the toxicity is starting, and after that, the lethal dose is starting. But between the left and the right, the wide is very, very far. But in oncology pharmacy, it's like a, how can I say, very, very thin. And so you can go with a mistake, very small mistake, to the toxicity, the toxic level or lethal level. And so you must be very, very carefully and very, very accurate. And how can I explain to you? Maybe our dosages is like 93.6, okay? And so we are preparing the dosage minimum 0.1 digit. And so that means it's very important to, you cannot think that, oh, 1 pill, 2 pill, 1 spoon, or whole of the box. That's not like that. We are calculating on behalf of the body surface area of the patient, and the dosage is changing individually. Maybe you have a breast cancer, I have a breast cancer. All the grades are the same. Everything is the same, but your dosage will be different. My dosage will be different. Why? Because I'm a little bit fat, a little bit obese, maybe overweighted, but you are very, how can I say, in a normal body weight and body surface, and so the dosage must be changed. You cannot say, okay, 500 milligram is okay in the morning and in the evening. No, it's not going like that. Our dosages must be different. Why? Because these medications are very, very toxic and potent medications. Because of that, my body is a little bit big and I need a little bit high dosages, and your body is very, very small, and so you need a little bit low level. And think that lots of the cancer patients, after 1 or 2 chemotherapy, they are losing weight, isn't it? They're losing weight, and their body surface area is going thinner. And what does it mean? Every visit, every cure, every step of this chemotherapy, we need to calculate the dosage again. You cannot say to a chemotherapy patient, okay, now we calculated your dosage. This is the first time of your chemotherapy, and we will give you maybe 460 milligram of these blah blah medications. But the second time, maybe your patient lose more than 5 kilograms, and that means you need to adjust, you need to change the dosage, and we are calculating it again and preparing it again. And maybe I hope you understood that every preparation is belong one patient. Haven't got a standard preparation. All of them, all of these preparations are like a boutique, okay, individually and specialized for one patient. And you need to be very carefully, you need to make these calculations very carefully. Because of that, we are using some computers and softwares to make the calculations much more easy and accurate. Another photograph, maybe you can see the environment. I'm trying to show that. And also please focus in the middle. As you see in front of the screen, you will see a box like a tube. Normally, this is a, how can I say, it's a very simple equipment to give the medications for long term. Okay, this is a pump maybe, but not automated pump. We are using these latex controlled infusion pump, the name of this gadget, and we are calculating the dosage for this machine, and also we are preparing it. And we are using these equipment to give the medication like patients who have their bone cancer or solid tumors, because we want to give the chemotherapy medication for a long time in small amounts, but very huge time. Like, what does it mean? 1 day, 2 days? No, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. And that's a problem. Like in our universities, none of the university is giving information and the technique, how must you prepare this equipment. We learned that after the graduation, and I think that you will, if you will be an oncology pharmacist, you will come to our educations of our associations educations, and you will learn there how must you calculate and prepare like these gadgets, unfortunately. But as you see, we are using like these interesting equipments also. And also we are wearing like these masks, facial masks. Why? Because you know, we don't want to inhalate like these cytotoxic medications. Because of that, we are using like these facial masks. Okay, we can go back. And also, as you see, we are using some equipments for reconstitution of the powder medications, and also the preparation of the medications. And dosaging of the medications. So you need to learn. Another photograph. And also we are making the last preparation under the LAF, how can I say, under the biological safety cabinets, under the HEPA filters. And think that these filters are very accurate. And this place, this box, this safe room is under negative pressure control. That is the how can I say, only place in the hospitals which is under the negative pressure, negative air pressure area. Why we need to work under negative pressure? Because we are afraid the contamination of the medications and also contamination of ourselves. Because of that, inside the preparation area, we have negative pressure, and everything is like a vacuuming very fastly from the environment and throwing outside directly. And because of that, when we want to work inside, we are washing our hands in a special way. And after that, we are wearing this sterile or non-sterile gowns, spatial chemotherapy gloves, masks, goggles, and other things. And all this procedure is the safety of the patients at first, and the second, to protect ourselves. You know, our patients are under the pressure of these medications, and their immune system are very, very weak. And if we contaminated these medications when we are making the preparation, what will happen? We will give directly the microbes microorganisms by the intravenous way, and this is a very big, it is a serious problem for this patient. You can kill your patient. Because of that, everything must be under control, very good under documentation. And then we are sending like these extra bags to the services. If it's not very close to the preparation area, we are using another bag and covering it inside the preparation area and sending to the last point to the patient's bedhead. Okay, I'm coming to the end, and I want to show a few photographs of mine, okay, but don't think that, oh, Ahmet Hoca is showing himself. I'm trying to show you the benefits of working or specialize yourself on something. I'm not forcing you to be an oncology pharmacist. If you will open, if you can open the specialization, the pharmacist of the United States, maybe in the internet, you will find the website and you can see sorry, more than 15 specialization. You will see the oncology pharmacy, nutrition support pharmacy, intensive care unit pharmacy, psychological medications pharmacy, what are the therapeutics, MTM, medication treatments, monitoring, and also pediatric pharmacy. You can find lots of specialization areas. So I followed one of them. I choose one of them, and by, how can I say, focusing in like this area, I found lots of interesting and wonderful people all around the world. I made very good connections with them. And this is a benefit for me. Why? Because I don't want myself to close in a 35-meter square area. And I don't want to, how can I say, make the same thing again and again. You know, the Einstein is saying a very interesting thing. If you do every day the same thing and try to find a new thing, it's a kind of, how can I say, they're kind of crazy. And that's true. And making, I didn't want to make the same thing every day. I want to, how can I say, improve my abilities, my skills. And like these specialization areas is wonderful thing for your, how can I say, for your career. And also you will feel yourself a real pharmacist. You can say yourself, okay, I made a very good thing and it is very valuable thing for the patient and I made it. Okay, I changed some of the life of my patients, and I changed some, maybe the ideas of some physicians, and also I changed I give some, how can I say, some chance to my patients. And so when I was working in the oncology world, every time when I go back to my home before bedding and sleeping, I was feeling myself wonderful, because I'm saying that, okay, today I made a wonderful thing, a real pharmacy thing. I didn't dispense the medication only. I didn't buy and sold medications. And like these guys are different part of the country, different part of the globe, and all of them are my very, very close friends. And I found these people when I started to think, work, or search something about oncology pharmacy. And also working in a hospital pharmacist, as a clinical pharmacist or not, or working in oncology or not, it's a wonderful, how can I say, chance for you to connect the people, connect the patients. Unfortunately, our universities are training the pharmacy students are medicine-based. So for me, that's totally big mess. Why? Because we are healthcare providers. We are not chemists. We are pharmacists, and pharmacists, physicians, nurses, and these dentists also. These jobs are not for the laboratory. These jobs for the human bodies, for the patients. And working like these places is wonderful opportunity to you to connect with your patients. Like this was a national national thing. I couldn't remember which day, maybe the 23 23 Nisan, the Children Fest. And we made a program with our patients. This lady is a nurse, and this is a pharmacist. And these small girl and boy are patients, leukemia patients. And that was wonderful thing for me as a human body, as a pharmacist, to, how can I say, to organize like these things, to give motivation to our patients and their families. And if you will work or try to, how can I say, change your life, maybe you can follow my roadmap and you can find like these wonderful things. And also you will have lots of friends around the world. And when you are train yourself a little bit, everybody all over the world needs extra help when they are doing their job, and they are finding you because you are, when you, how can I say, produce some information, some knowledge, and some people are looking who is knowing this knowledge, and they want to contact with you, connect with you. And like maybe Egypt and the Turkey, we are coming together, and we are sharing maybe our cases. I'm explaining that today, blah, blah, blah, like this situation, like patient came to us and we couldn't find the solution. What can we do? And the sheriff is explaining to me, and yeah, maybe 1 year ago, like this patient came to us and we found the solution, and he is asking another question to me. I am giving an example, and by this we are going wonderful friends, like Sheriff Kemal from Egypt. He's very close, my very close friends. I know him, he know me very well, and every time we are calling each other, not only for our jobs, but also our family issues. And so that's wonderful thing for me to be an international. And also, like in associations, you can find lots of people, and you can present your own country there. And also you can organize like these social activities in the hospital, like in here, the police headquarters and some local musicians came together, and we organized some music organization for the patients and their parents, because the oncology patients, especially the pediatric oncology patients, are staying in the hospital very long time. And so we are living with them. In the day and in the night. Pharmacists and hospital pharmacists, especially oncology pharmacists, their working hours is not starting at 8 up to the 6. All day, all your life is fulfilled with your patients, because they are calling you, they are asking some questions to you, you are giving some advices. And now maybe I'm living in Northern Cyprus, and still I'm getting telephones from the families, still after 3 years. I reject from the hospital. And sometimes, okay, how can I say, the last point is not good. We are losing our patients, but sometimes they are living and going, how can I say, further. And maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, one of my patients phoned to me and said that, Hocam, I'm graduated from the university, and she was my patient 10 years ago, I think. She was in high school or the elementary school, I couldn't remember. And she stayed with us more than 1 year. She lived in the hospital, and she win the game. He healed up totally 100% cure, and then go her life, and graduated from the university, and called me, Hocam, thank you so much for all of your efforts. And so that's wonderful thing. I couldn't find it in the community pharmacy, actually. Why? Because every time between you and your patient, in the middle, money. Okay. So I didn't like this, because if you are giving a healthcare service, the money must be maybe the second, third, fourth place. And I found the solution to work in the hospital as a hospital pharmacist or oncology pharmacist. And so that's wonderful for me. After maybe maybe the 6 or 7 or maybe 10 years later, your patient is calling you and saying, okay, thank you so much. And so I'm feeling myself, oh yes, I made it. Okay, I'm feeling, okay, how can I say? I made my job 100% true. And like this, another organization. And so all of these patients, maybe you can understand in the right side, the third one lost his hair. And all of these patients, how can I say? I think that we have a classroom inside the hospital. Why? Because they're spending minimum 1 year in the hospital, and so they couldn't go to the school, and so the teachers, specialized teachers, are giving education to these patients inside the hospital because they cannot go outside the hospital. And so for me, feeling to be like this pharmacy and pharmacist was wonderful. And also after that, when you add something to you again and again and again and again, you learn something and you published or you shared your knowledge. That's another important point. I know lots of pharmacies are making and doing their job wonderful, okay, but they are not sharing their experiences with the others. So you must feel free to share your experience with the others. You mustn't afraid that when you how can I say, share, the people are, how can I say, they are feeling grateful to you. And another photograph from another country, I couldn't remember, maybe Dubai. And also maybe you can make some activities about some scientific activities. And again, different countries, my friends came together in an organization. And then after like 50 years later, so that I need is not only with graduated pharmacists, but how can I say, to touch the hearts of the people must be start in the beginning. After the graduation, it's very difficult because you are making a wedding, you have a wife, husband, you have a life circumstances, you are starting maybe your own community pharmacy or other things, and how can I say, changing your road is much more difficult than changing your life at the starting point. And after that, I try to attend nearly all of the student organizations and trying to explain or trying to show my passion to people. And so how can I say, the passion is when I share my passion, you are taking it, and so we are sharing together. And that's very important opportunity for me and for the students also to see or to connect directly, like in here, in a real how can I say, it's not a face-to-face, okay, I can understand, but it's online and you are seeing me and hearing me now, and I'm trying to share my passion about oncology, about pharmacy. And also, when you will be a little bit famous, you will have some famous friends. And one of the photographs, why I'm showing like these things to you, I try to open your minds, okay? Because I'm seeing that the pharmacy students are, how can I say, under the depression. They are saying that, oh, what will we do after the graduation? Oh, I want to be a community pharmacist. Maybe only the chance to be a community pharmacist, but the regulation is saying that some of the cities is closed. Why? Because the population is not increasing and they have enough amount of community pharmacies. What will I do? How can I open my community pharmacies? No, the pharmacy is a very wide, broad education and thing, and you can make lots of things after the graduation. Only thing you need to search the new things, not the old things. Okay, for me, the old kind of pharmacy will be stop. Okay, you are changing, all the world is changing. And how will be the pharmacies and the pharmacists will be stay in the same position? No. Okay. And another photographs. And also your work is not finishing in the hospital, at the hospital. After we sending our patients to home, most of the time we are making some visits to them and to understanding and educating them how much they take the medications and care themselves or fight with the side effects at home conditions. And so, as you see, this is a very interesting photograph for me to explain you. The pharmacy is a, how can I say, 7 days, 24 hours job. It must be like that. Okay, we are not drug sellers, okay, medicine sellers. Our work is not only dispensing the medication or making the money. If you want to make money, you can make lots of things, like some butcher, what was the name? The restaurant all over the world, and neydi o? Şöyle tuz veriyordu. Salt mine. I couldn't remember. Okay, if you make money, so the earning money is very easy, as you see, is making only kebab and making very huge money. So making money mustn't be your first place thing when you are selecting the pharmacy or taking, or how can I say, to be a student of the pharmacy. I think it's enough. I don't know the time. What about the time? Oh, okay. So I can take the questions. I think it's enough for a start.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor. We can go in from the questions, and also, guys, if you have questions, please write a text box. I can read for you. So, Doctor, what are the differences between oncology pharmacy and hospital pharmacy? As I heard at the beginning of the presentation, you told us your oncology pharmacy and hospital pharmacy. Am I understand wrong? Oncology pharmacist, also hospital pharmacist?
Yes, exactly. Totally. Absolutely. 100%. Hospital pharmacy, yeah, oncology pharmacists are hospital pharmacists. All maybe the European sources are explaining this like that. Who is oncology pharmacists? These are the hospital pharmacists, have very big interest and knowledge about the oncology medications and oncology protocols. And that's the same, not need to be a clinical pharmacist or something like that. I made my PhD in clinical pharmacy, but it's not a need, it's not a mandatory. We need only the people who are interested in. And after that, you will find us and we will share our information and knowledge with you, and you can do it very well. And I also had, how can I say, written and published 2 books. The first one is about oncology medications. How must you prepare them? How must you the dosage adjustments, dosage monitoring, and the other things. And the second one is a 10-step formula of clinical oncology pharmacy. And that the second book, I'm explaining how must you train your patients, how must you educate your patients, what must you say, which sources you need to check in every visit of your patients. And so if you follow and read and try to make this job in a standard with following the guidelines which we had written, everything will be fine for you.
And Doctor, how can pharmacy students improve themselves on oncology pharmacy? What you suggest us?
Actually, for me, if you don't want to be an ordinary pharmacist, for me, 2 things is important, I think. 2 things important. The first one, you need to learn English. Without understanding English, how can I say, you will stay in only in your country. If you're a Turkish people and haven't got English, you couldn't understand English. What will happen? You will read every time the Turkish sources, and for oncology pharmacy, I can say very clearly, because I'm knowing the situation in Turkey, never published books in Turkish. Only my books are in Turkish. The other sources, all of the sources are in English, and so you need to improve your English skills. The first one, and also I need to add, you know, when you are living in Turkey, everybody is asking to you the grade of some examinations like YÖKDİL, YDS or something like that. And I saw before lots of physicians also, especially, their grade is very, very high, 80 point, 90 point from like these examinations. But in international congresses, I saw them and they couldn't speak and they couldn't understand. So you need to improve your listening and speaking skills as soon as possible. You must solve this problem at university time, because after the university, you will not have much more time to improve your these skills. The second one, how can I say, the second important thing, you must separate your brain. One, maybe left side must work to, how can I say, to take enough grades from your examinations in the faculty to focus to get the diploma. But the right side of your brain must focus to improve your own skills, and you must open some books and read for only your own. Okay, you train yourself, not for a grade, not for a lesson, not other things. Okay, and you must improve yourself. Like me, still I am using the same style. I am waking up very early, approximately 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and every morning I'm opening my computer and checking the new updates about oncology pharmacy, and trying to read them. For who? For me, only for me. But I'm seeing the same problem in my university students, the same problem. Students are focusing only passing the lessons, and they are suffering. Oh, this is the midterm time, this is the final time, these examinations are very, very hard, I haven't got much more time. Okay, I can understand, but you must separate some part of your brain to train yourself, because when you are trying to learn something for the examination, you are losing, you couldn't remember after the examination. And also the education styles of the pharmacy is not good. Why? Because the pharmacology is giving their lessons, okay? And technology is giving their own lessons. Cognosy is giving their own lessons, but nobody is showing you to connect all of them together and to use all of these information to solve a problem of a patient. This is the main problem. And unfortunately, none of the pharma students can come face-to-face directly with the patient, especially in the hospital environment, when they are getting their lessons before the diploma. The physicians' educations are very good, and we are seeing that the physicians are much more, how can I say, their abilities is very good. When they graduate in maybe the Friday, they can go and start in the next Monday, and they can write a prescription. But the pharmacy is not going like that, isn't it? After the graduation, we are opening our own community pharmacy, minimum community pharmacy, and we are looking like a rabbit. What must I do? What will I do? Why? Because the physicians, after the third year, they are coming face to face with the patients under the control of their professors. But in our system, actually, it's not going like that. Because of that, after the graduation, everybody is asking to other, what must I do? Well, how is it going like that? Well, I need to learn like these things. I don't know what are they. The internships is okay, it's giving some information to you, some knowledge to you. But it's so important, where did you trying to make your internship, with whom? If the pharmacist, the advisor, the chief pharmacist is good, okay, that's good. But if it's not good, it's not good. Okay. Oh, questions are coming on the chat box, hocam.
Yes, and mostly students so thankful for these experiences information to you, Doctor, as I read.
Okay.
Also, we are so thankful to you.
You're welcome. We can look to the chat box because these are fresh questions, and so it will be nice.
Yes. Actually, we have some questions too. If you want, we can keep going on these questions because also we took these questions from our friends before the presentation.
You are the chair.
And actually, I want to ask that too. What is the differences between oncology and radiopharmacy?
Okay, wonderful question. Radiopharmacy, the radiology pharmacy is another important specialization area. In the United States, yes, they have got, and also in Dubai, I saw some pharmacies are working in the preparation units of the radiological medications, and also in Egypt, I saw, and that's important. What is the difference? Actually, the chemotherapy medications or the chemotherapy, some of the chemotherapy protocols are containing some radio molecules. That's true. And today, I can say in Turkey, very briefly, very clearly, only the technicians are making these preparations, and we don't know what are their, how can I say, certificated or not certificated. Actually, nobody is knowing. And iodine is using some kind of tumors, and these preparations is making by the technicians, not the pharmacy technicians, radiological technicians or something like that. Still, there is a very big gap in Turkey, especially. Some pharmacies must be interested in, and they can train yourself, and also they can find some international associations, and they can connect with them, and they can work with them, and they can take the information, and they can start. And that will be a wonderful thing. And so that's our dream. Okay, I started oncology pharmacy in Turkey, and now it's a wonderful thing. Nearly every city, in every oncology clinic, we have antineoplastic preparation units, and the pharmacists are working there. And so we are waiting somebody else to start radio-oncology or radio-pharmacy, not neuro-oncology, radio-pharmacy. And we are in antineoplastic preparation units. We are not preparing like these radiomolecules, but radiomolecules are totally a medication. And if we are saying we are the master of the medication, the pharmacist must be there.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor. We have 7 minutes to questions and answering part. So I try to going fast. And
okay, I will give the short answers.
And my friends ask to you, how dangerous is it to be handling chemotherapy medications?
Wonderful question. Thank you for this question. Actually, it's a risk. Why? Because, you know, with cytotoxic medication, because of that, we are covering ourselves very well. We are working on the laminar airflow areas, biological safety cabinets, and the safe rooms, and we are protecting ourselves wonderful. And I can say, because I'm searching and following all the published articles all over the world about oncology pharmacy and the contamination of these medications with the pharmacists, the risk is nearly zero. Why? If you follow the guidelines, and if you use your mask, your earrings, and if you follow the, how can I say, the guidelines of the preparation techniques, the risk is nearly zero. So I can say myself, my last technician worked more than 10 years, and the preparation I worked more than 15 years, and thanks God we haven't had any problem.
Thank you. Doctor, as I remember, you told about a training, about oncology training. As pharmacy students, how we can enter this training?
Actually, for the pharmacy students, it's not a good idea. Why? Because the price is very high. Why? Because we are taking money from the attendance because we have a connection with the European Society of Oncology Pharmacy and we are paying money. We need to pay money because we need to send membership fees to them. And also we need to collect a little bit money. And also for me, if a student attends like this education program, they will listen and they will see. But after that, if you will not use it one day before, one day after, you will forget it again. And for me, the best idea to attend this education after the graduation, when you will start to work in an oncology clinic, because you will listen, you will learn, and after that, you will use it. And that's the best way. And after the education, after giving a certification, we are not closing the connection with our attendants. Why? Because after that, they will come face to face some problems, and they are asking to us again, and we are giving answer to them, and all this connection is starting by these educations.
Thank you so much. I keep going to other questions. We have 4 minutes for the complete the question answering part.
Okay.
Doctor, we know that some cancer drugs are very difficult to obtain and produce in our country. What are the causes of these difficulties and how the situation affect the society? And also how the future pharmacists fix this situation?
Drug shortage, you are trying to ask. This is a problem. Actually, maybe 15 years ago, we haven't got any national brand oncology medications. Today we have, and so that's good. But the interesting thing, we are still producing our, how can I say, the old kind of oncology medications we are producing in Turkey. Very classical ones, you know, for maybe the 6 years, 7 years. Now in the market, we have monoclonal antibodies, and now the gene therapy is starting. And so the very high technological medications are on the market now. Targeted medications, targeted oncology medications we have. And so that means we need extra, how can I say, skills and education about that. For me, it's a little bit impossible, today's especially, but the possible thing, if you are interested in so much like these medications they're producing, you need to start in the industry. And when you are selecting the company, you need to focus on the international ones like Roche, like Lilly, or like these companies. And if your abilities are good, education is good, and also if you are open to educate yourself every day, if your English is nice, very good, and you can work outside the country in different countries, and you can learn and you can work in their R&D laboratories. And I know that some Turkish companies who are looking for the pharmacist, they're asking maybe, are you using or do you know to use the HPLC? Okay, they are looking some people who are enough education, enough knowledge to use the HPLC, because they need like these things in the laboratory. When I'm looking to the faculties, and so there's a big problem, because I don't know what's the situation in your university, but only showing the HPLC is not an education model, because you must use it with your hand, and until that you can learn it, and you can say when you go to the company, yes, I am okay, I know all the from the 0 to the 100 every steps of using HPLC, or like these high, how can I say, high level equipments.
Thank you, Doctor. Our question answering part is done. And do you want to add more things?
My last sentence maybe, pharmacy. I was pharmacist, but I work in maybe the medical device sector. And so don't think, or don't, how can I say, don't close yourself in a small box. All my chances is to be a community pharmacy, maybe an hospital pharmacist. No, you can work in very different areas. The companies are looking to you, but the important thing, you must have some extra things, okay? Think that I worked in the industry, in the hospital, in the government, in the community pharmacy, and when we need a new pharmacist, and when we publish that, okay, today we will make a meeting, an interview, come to us, and we will select a new one. And we were asking that, okay, who are you and what is your abilities? Everybody is showing the same diploma to us. Okay, it's writing your name and the pharmacy faculty, everything is okay. So what is the difference? Well, I have one position and 10 pharmacists came, new graduated pharmacists. So what is the difference? Think that if one of them came to me and showed me a diploma and said that, extra, okay, hocam, I attended these congresses in the university time, and also these social clubs, and also these student clubs, and also these maybe I have some certificates about English, about maybe the other things. And so you need to add some new papers beside your diploma. That's very important. Don't waste your time. Okay, the university, okay, the lessons are maybe very hard for you, but as I said, you need to separate your brain. Think that the evenings and the night is for the university and your faculty and for your diploma. And in the mornings, minimum 1 hour for your own career. That is my, maybe the last word to the Altınbaş University Academicapsül meeting attendance.